I'ma blow up.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Taro, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be following the life of a little itty bitty baby Spinosaurus. Her life started off very rough. She was the smallest out of the clutch, and immediately her mother seemed her not to be the strongest. So from day one, she was tasked with the hardships that is being the underdog. Let's follow her journey and see where it takes her. Remember, if you like the video, hit the like button, comment below if you want to see more, and let's get to it. Just starting to hatch from her egg, she meets up with her mother and her older sibling. They make their way from their nesting ground, now big enough to travel to the water's edge. The two babies follow their mother's every move, learning as they go along. Only one of them will become the favorite. This land is rough, this land is mean, and her mother knows that. So with an iron fist and a little bit of kindness, her mother rears these babies to the best of her ability, even though she sees one as lesser at the moment. Calling to her mate, she alerts him that we are on our way, and she is bringing her clutch with her. The two babies trail behind, the smaller one a bit in front of its older sister, but both seem to be keeping up at an incredible pace. A couple of trikes off in the distance pose little to no threat to the Spinosaurs, but on the safe side, the babies put their mother in between them and the bigger dinosaurs. A gentle call allows the mother to tell them that it's all right, and the babies return the call, allowing her to know they understood. Upon approach of the water, their father is submerged in there. Mother calls out, alerting him to our presence. Their first time in the water is like it comes natural to them. Their father brings up a piece of fish on the ground to provide for its young. The smallest one heads up to take a bite out of the pike. Sweet, sweet relief of the food. However, it's to be short-lived. The mother yells to call off the babies from the food, but her meant was only for one. Heading into the water, this baby Spino decides it wants to take its hand at fishing. It's seen its father do it once, so how hard can it be? A miss. Fish are quite elusive. Right now, he's just trying to catch what she can. Under again. Almost caught it. With no luck catching the food herself her first time down, she decides to just head over up to the shore, get some nice water to drink, and spend some time with her sibling and mother. Although her mother seems to obviously favor one sibling over the other. It is not obvious to the little Spino yet that she is not a favorite amongst the clutch. Starting to walk up to her sibling, she scans the area and goes to keep an eye around the perimeter. Figuring out that her older sibling is gonna be able to eat before she does, she decides to hone in on her hunting skills a bit better. Swimming along the floor line of the lake, she scopes around to find a suitable fish. How hard can it be? She's seen her father do it a few times, so it can't be that difficult, can it? No fish. So she returns back to the shore. A bit hungry at this point, she heads up in an attempt to go snag a bite to eat. Heading up to try to get some food, she takes a bite. Once again reminded that she is not the favorite. Calling out in protest, she looks back at her father and then proceeds to head back to get some food. Mother yowls in regards to prove point. Once again, she calls back in protest and continues on to eat, disregarding her mother's calls. Will this come later to bite her in the butt, this rebelliousness? Probably, but we'll see. Back at it again with fishing. She sees one and she goes after first bite, second bite, bad, third bite, not good, and fourth bite, she's caught it. Even this fish is just as big as she is, but going up to the surface, she parades her catch with pride, bringing it to the shore for her family to eat. By doing this, the little Spino hopes to prove that she is capable and strong, even stronger than her sibling, who up until this point has only been fed by Mama and Daddy. Setting it down, she offers the fish up, and then steps away. Success. That sure is gonna give her some brownie points at this point. Maybe she won't be the low man on the totem pole for long. Still clearly being overlooked by her parents, she goes fishing again to feed herself. She's not gonna starve because her parents think that she is weak. She catches herself a fish and brings it up to the shoreline, taking it away from her sibling and her mother and her father so she can have it to herself. As far as she's concerned in her eyes, her older sister is the weak one. Not seeing her fish for herself. The taste of food fills her belly, especially one that she has caught, is so surreal in her mind that she calls out in triumph to try to prove to them that she is not weak. After catching that fish, she goes to lay down next to her mother and hopes that she has now accepted her. With the call of aggression that has shown that she is not, she lets out a call of protest and proceeds to stand up. This is not looking good. What else does she need to do? At this point in her life, she's become a great fisher. She goes and tries to offer a fish to her father and family, but that did not take well. She is being attacked. A bite down her side has caused an injury of one that will last with her forever. Wounded, she rises to the surface, father still chasing her in hand. It was not good. Her attempt has failed. She is still seen as the weaker one. Leaving from her family's side, she goes to shore and drops her fish. Looking on at her sibling, who has the support of both her parents, she is starting to rage, be a bit envious in regards to that. She is not weak and she needs to prove it. And there is only one way that she can do that. She needs to knock her sibling down a notch. She needs to fight him and prove to her parents that she is the stronger one. And that is what she's going to do. Now, it is time. She slowly creeps across the floor, waiting for her sibling to break away briefly from her parents so she can strike. But it's not going to be easy. Her sibling stays very close to her mother. As she turns around, she sees an opening, contemplating if she should make this move or not. A couple of steps forward, she attempts, but is driven away from her father. Now it's time to strike. Her sibling is away. She calls out and makes her move. A successful hit. She calls one more time. Her sibling tries to dive underwater, but she's not satisfied enough. Up to this point, her sister has had it easy, had everything handed to her, and that is not good enough. She has to prove that that is weakness, and that is what she's doing, showing her sibling's weakness. Having everything handed to her has made her soft. The fight goes on for some time. With a last roar from her mother, she breaks up the dispute, and it's over. At this point, she is known. She has made an impression and proven that her sibling is not as strong as they seem or want it to be. With a new favorite child in place, she takes a graduous swim next to her mother's side, extremely hopeful for the future. However, her older sister does not like the new arrangements and seems to be very unhappy with the predicament. Making an approach to her mother, her older sister lets out a call in protest. One is returned to let her know that I'm not scared of you. A female bellows out before they start circling. Another fight is about to break out. And we go, makes the move, causing her sibling to run. Mother makes a call to break them up, and is disputed, calling back in protest. Her sibling has learned not to mess with her. The arrangement has changed. You are no longer the favorite. And learn your place. One last call to make sure her sister knows that the roles have changed. Now, at the adolescent stage, the family rests upon the shoreline, basking in the sun, given some time just to relax. Even though she is now accepted from living the majority of her young life, she still feels the need to stay isolated away from them. She's glad that she got the acceptance, but she is not gonna let them provide for her, let her become weak. Since the clutch is now older, they decide to travel to a nearby lake in search of a bit more food. A Sarko sees the two babies as easy meal. Cutting in between her parents, she uses them as a shield between the Sarko and herself. Even though her parents will not defend her if she gets attacked, she is still managing to keep a distance. It'll be dumb to go after the parents. Some time has passed and they have killed another dinosaur and taken sweet chunks of meat. She is not being thrown off, she is being accepted. It only took until adolescence for her to become part of the family officially. Of course, with a body like that, there are others who would want it. So keeping a vigilant eye, she does once again keeps a barrier between them. Father calls out to tell her to move back, and she does. She takes a couple of distance behind into the trees to try to get some cover. A loving call is bellowed out from her mother's throat. It is a nice sight to be seen. She calls back to her mother. At last, she feels like she can be a part of this family. Her mother, completely ignoring her sister, comes over and lays down next to her. Scars from when she was just a little juvie still marked upon her sail and side, showing the rough childhood that she had to endure to get to this point. It is a loving moment between mother and child. For once, she feels at ease, but this is only going to be short-lived, unfortunately, because you see, her mother's going to have to push her out soon, and she will be on her own. So for now, soak up the enjoyment of being accepted, little one. The time has come, and it looks like her mother is bidding them her a farewell with one quick turn motion. A decision has been made. She calls to them to get moving, but a hesitation is seen. Another aggressive call forces the baby to leave. Turning around to look at her mother, she calls out in protest, not sure what is happening. She was just accepted, and now she's being pushed out? Confusion has flooded her mind. A couple more calls in hopes that her mother would change her mind. But turning around, she starts to chase her. It has come to her conclusion that she means business. It's time to leave. Stopping a bit, calling out one last time on the hill. A bit confused, but she makes her way to find a spot to call her own. Battle scars still make havoc on her sail and side, reminding her of what was and what she has become. Reaching the lake, she heads up to the water to get something to drink, but off in the distance, the sight of another on the rock is all too familiar. This has been claimed by someone. She approaches the water's side just to see if they will allow her to get a drink. But it doesn't seem like that. A call of aggression is called. She does want to show him that she means no harm in just getting water. But it is not to be. They're chasing her away. She has reached an area that she will claim her own for now, defending this little lake as hers. Diving underneath, she scouts to see what lies ahead. Very plentiful of fish. This will do. Finding a spot to lay down, she nestles down for the night on her own, and soon to forget the mother that she had. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, go ahead and hit the like button, and I'll catch you later. Goodbye.